let's talk about coming out. Okay, let's talk about coming out. So this past Monday, in addition to being Indigenous Peoples Day, that's right, it's no longer Christopher Columbus Day because fuck that guy. It would be like you walking into my office and be like, oh my God, I discovered this glasses case. Well, I mean, I had it, it's mine, so you didn't. Nope, I discovered it. Oh, okay, sure. Anyway, let's talk about coming out though. So on Monday, it was also National Coming Out Day. I am, I guess you could call me a bitter queen. I'm not sure. I don't like it. I don't like it. And here's why. So, I think that people have some real big misinterpretations of what it means to come out as a queer person. And I do recognize, sort of as like a, asterisk caveat, I do recognize that National Coming Out Day is to celebrate the big coming out, right? Sort of that first, like, hey, everybody, I'm queer, I'm gay, I'm whatever, whatever you're coming out as. I get it. So I'm not like dumb to this issue, right? I understand like why people want to celebrate coming out. It is very important. It is crucial in a queer person's journey. I get it. I get it. I get it. Here's what I don't like. So on National Coming Out Day, and I think this is probably just the best way to illuminate my gripe with it. On National Coming Out Day, I was on hold with a doctor's office for my daughter. It was a billing question. They fucked up our billing like 100 times. And the woman, she's kind of looking at it, and I saw on the bill, it said, Catherine Ferretti, my wife, Catherine spelled wrong, which I thought was odd because the insurance is under me. It said Catherine Ferretti. So, she's asking me, can you confirm the patient's name? Sure. Can you confirm, the date of birth? Sure. And then she's going, well, what is your relationship to the patient? She asked me my name. So I said, Jessica Ada Ferretti. What is your relationship to the parent? She said, I'm her mom. Oh, okay. Well, what's your date of birth? 12/15/85. Date of birth, the whole thing. We finally get to the point where she says, well, her mom is listed as Catherine Ferretti. I said, that's my wife. Oh. So here's what the point. Here's the point I'm making. It was no big deal. This is a fairly benign interaction. This is an interaction that I have almost every single day in some way, shape, or form. Whether it's, at the playground when I'm talking to another parent, which is a totally odd thing, which I'm going to get to in a minute. But I do this every day. Queer people do this every single day. We are constantly coming out. So yes, I am out and proud and very fucking loud about it. Absolutely. Any new person I meet, I come out all over again. And you wait for the reaction. So while it is wonderful that we are all waving our, rainbow flags on this one day, we are not honoring the continuous coming out process. And I think that's what I have a real problem with. So when I meet someone new, it's like, oh yeah, my wife, waiting to see if what they respond with. And most people, where I live anyway, don't give a shit. There are certainly people who do though. So this like continuous coming out process is something that is not honored on one Hallmark holiday. And it's really become sort of an excuse for people to post a rainbow flag. Now, because there are people out there, and I had a conversation with a friend of mine who is like an ally. There are people out there who are true allies, and they sort of put up a status or a picture on this day is just like, hey, I'm a safe person. And I love that. I think that's really important. And that should be as honored as the continuous coming out process is. It is not, however, a day for somebody who has like a gay friend to be like, hey, everybody, it's National Coming Out Day. Do you see my rainbow hat and my rainbow shirt and my rainbow nails? That's not what that day is about, but that is what that day has become about. And I find that very, very hard to acknowledge and hard to deal with. I don't like it. I think that queer people in a lot of ways have lost the, sort of trademark or rights to their own journey. And I know that a lot of, sort of disadvantaged or minority groups feel that way, is that, that appropriation and the taking over of the journey of the actual people walking it. And that's very frustrating. For another example, like I just said, like when I'm at the playground with my daughter and it's just me, I had this happen, actually, funny enough, on National Coming Out Day as well. I'm at the playground with my daughter and this other little girl comes up to me and she's like trying to grab my hand and wants to play with me, and she's very cute. I don't want to play with your kid. She's very cute though. I want to play with my kid. And she's telling me, I have a new baby sister. I want to see my baby sister and come over here and da-da-da-da. So, the mom and I sort of got chatting. I said, it's funny, Lily's going to have a baby sister in March. And she kind of looked at me like, you're not pregnant. I said, oh, my wife. And like the entire tone of our conversation shifted a bit. And I wouldn't say it was like super negative. It was just like she was caught off guard. Like I caught her off guard with my statement of, well, my wife is pregnant. So again, it's just this continuous coming out process that we as queer people are never sure about. So yes, when you come out and you make this big statement of, I'm queer, I'm gay, I'm a lesbian, I'm pansexual, whatever it may be, whatever you're coming out as, super important. It's not done. It's not done. That's a big one. It's an important one, but it doesn't end. Another one, like I started a new job this week because as you know, I quit my motherfucking job 2 weeks ago. I started my new job this week and I think it's great and it's wonderful. And I, joined the company for a lot of really important reasons to me. As I was going through the interview process though, I had to come out to every single person. And I know there are going to be people that are watching this that are like, well, you don't have to. You don't have to. Well, I want to. And I know that those are two different things, but like, it's part of who I am. Imagine joining a company and not talking about your kid or your daughter or your kid or your daughter, you know what I mean? Your kid or your spouse or your life. Like, that's my life. And, I know people are always like, well, being gay isn't your whole personality. No, it's not, but my family is a pretty big part of it. So each individual person you meet, oh, what does your husband do? My wife. Oh, do you have any kids? Yeah, my daughter. Like, it's just part of it. So you're continuously coming out over and over and over again. So it's just something that I felt like I needed to shout from the rooftops a little bit. And I'm not trying to take away from people's big coming out experience. Mine was a little lackluster, as has everything about my life been. But I do want to highlight that if we're going to celebrate National Coming Out Day, I think it's really important to continue to highlight like the journey and the process. And I think it's equally as important to honor like true allyship. I've talked about that on here a lot. There is nothing I find more irritating than people jumping on a bandwagon to like show how like woke they are. I fucking hate that. I really, really fucking hate that. So like true allyship, shout it from the rooftops. I think it's wonderful. Chef's kiss. Thank you. That fake bullshit, I have to post this picture of my one gay friend waving his one rainbow flag and like a firecracker up his ass. Save it. Save it, not interested. National Coming Out Day though is about so much more than that big splash. And I just want everybody to keep that in mind. Everybody just remember it, okay? Just put it in your memory banks. Anyway, that is all I have to say this week. Coming up on Monday, we have Jessica Blank. She's an amazing, amazing director, writer, actor, teacher. You're gonna look at your screen and be like, I know her, because you do. Anyway, have a great weekend. Come out as many times as you need to. I'm sure I will have to come out at least 5 or 6. Have a good one.